Hi, my name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support, pick a card, pick your path. I will reveal them in just a moment. I want to thank you so much for being here.
Evelyn.
So we'll reveal the cards. We'll add on Tarot and Oracle, and is where Mr. Ghost Gift is here kicking. We have Ghost Tube for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate. Overall, please do receive or release freely, but I'm glad and grateful you are here. All right. When you are ready for the reveal, so we'll go with 1 because it's the top of the deck. Card 2 is the bottom, it came from the bottom of the deck. And then cut the deck, not the cheese, middle of the deck is this dream card here. So if you want to take a moment to focus, gaze to gain, if there's just one standing out or the order or combination. Timestamps are below if you just want to get at her. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of anyone here at any time. I appreciate you. All right. Did you choose? Let's go. Top of the deck, Tia. Pile 1. If you're ready, let's dig in. So your dream card is card 42, if that means anything to you. If you want to take in any of the imagery, the symbols that are standing out. And we'll add on Tarot and Oracle along the way. But I'm going to take a moment. I'm also going to find the psychology card behind it, so we can dive in a little deeper. But I'm going to take a moment first just to tune in. Okay, so I feel like for some, I'm looking back at my younger years and I'm hearing how youth is wasted on the young, but it feels very self-reflective. So I do feel like I'm at an age, now this could be your physical age or your earthly age, or just how you feel inside, because I can personally relate or understand. At least when I was younger, I felt very old. I don't know, I just felt like I didn't have the same interest and energetic stamina for a lot of the things people in my age group or, type thing. Some of you also might be crossing over into like your crone stage or concept anyway. So there's new things that capture your attention. This also could be empty nesting. This also could be transforming from weight loss, weight gains, my perceptions of what is beautiful. What I say when I look in the mirror, what I mean when I look in the mirror. Sorry, that took me just a moment. Because I think at any age, that I don't know that I shouldn't say that it does or doesn't go away, because I don't really know. But it's, you always think, oh, I'm too tall, too short, too this, too that,
Always.
Too young, too old. Is it wasted time to think of I'm too much, too little. I need to lose weight. I need to gain weight. And while these are all very potentially healthy concepts to look at and say, oh, I need to eat a little bit more or more protein, whatever the case may be, or, or you're looking at your joints and whatever the case is, hopefully you understand what I'm saying. It's all very personal. And what's healthy for one is not healthy for another. But I feel I'm at a place where I'm very wise, and yet I have this weird feeling of like waste. So I don't know what that is. I'm gonna read the card here, as I haven't actually like tuned into it. So it is the decrease card. The seeker descends the other side of the mountain, aging, descending, and drain. Oh, okay. Well, those are slightly kinder words then. To decrease is to lose energy and form in favor of the birth of the new. To descend downhill is as natural as striving to reach the top. We can go gracefully or protesting all the way. Better to decline by giving away in good works what will be taken from us anyway. Put as much focus on letting the energy leave as you did on building it. It's not possible to hang on forever. Decline gracefully. It is well you travel in places of limitation and mystery. Let go of those things, peoples, and activities which are no longer appropriate, and they are actually creating a gradual loss of energy. The oasis has gotten smaller and smaller. I just heard a ting from my cats there. I feel like my mat's askew. I'm just going to leave it. It's fine. For some, your inner circle is changing. Your social spaces are changing. You might even be unsubscribing to people, subscribing to new people. By making room in some ways, it's like it does that smaller space or more intimate connections create gain by decreasing the size. And I don't think anyone needs to get constipated. Again, it's like of the age thing. If I'm 80, do I immediately imply this is what that looks and feels like by people that I've known have been 80? Or I'm 18 and I really enjoy the company of people that are older than me. Does that make me not youthful or maybe unpopular in your age? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be very kind to just wiggle around it, but I don't even feel like I need to. I feel like you are inherently a wise one wherever you are, and realizing that in some sort of space of letting go. Okay, so that's why it came through when I will just share this with you in a very small snippet. So I was in administration for a very long time in the air industry. And at some point in time, I wanted to switch into something that I cared, also had an interest and care about. And I was training and studying to be in the funeral industry, stepping in through administration. And one of the books that stepped forward to me smack dab in the face while I was just starting here is the book of Death and Dying. So, and I didn't really understand that. And now I do, because there's a compassion to our connections and those that have been outlived. And my cat keeps pawing at his glass bowl at this, so I can hear the tinging. For some of you, you might also have some connection it's to outside. Like hospice. Is he creating a muss and a fuss? Compassionate care. You might be a nurse or a doctor. PSW. Birth, death doula. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm going to pile one. Sorry, I feel like this went deep real fast. But that's okay. That's okay. So we have here the Page of Wands. Yeah, see, it's like investigating and looking into these things youthfully. Knight of Pentacles, and you know the drill. If these cards mean anything to you, please. I do. It's like slanting. Foolish. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. Oy vey. Telling you, just all over the place today. One way, shape, or form. Three of Swords. The Hanged Man right there. One more for complete that poker hand, that paranormal poker hand. And then the Three of Cups. Okay. Thank you. For some, I feel like I'm trying to figure out how to love myself in this new way or this new form. Like, you lose weight or gain weight, you got to go buy clothes. How do you feel in that form? What comes into the mind? I'm older now. I'm younger now. I don't know. Again, I'm, bear with me.
What brought you here?
Bear with me in this. But it changes. Your style changes. The clothing you wear changes. Comfort becomes a key player. Versatility. Who I'm connected to. Three of Cups and the Three of Swords. Do I focus on heartbreaks and hurts? Or companionship and fun? And I don't mean, just a collaboration. Your college friends, some will come with you through, but then some will, maybe they start having babies at different times, or people get married or move away for different adventures, or you empty nest at different times, or you decide to be a snowbird and you're away for 6 months of the year.
True.
This is all very reflective, and I'm probably butchering it in how it feels. But I can't help but acknowledge it's this feeling. It's a feeling. I feel as though I am overlooking. And I don't mean like I'm overlooking. And maybe you are in some place. If there's something or someone that is hurting your heart and holding you back, a storyline for some. That story fits. That story is serving something.
I'm confused.
Sufferable or not, whether you like the outcome or not, it's still serving something secretly. And so I lay in the garden grass and in the butterfly garden, and I look up with my eyes, and my eyes touch the sky. And that's where I realize the spirit of my own self shines through. And I realize that my efforts, my energy, and my attention are valuable. What wants my attention? No matter what age, no matter what identifying factor we may apply. What the number on the scale is, what the number on the paycheck is, how you do anything is who you really are. And so I lay in the grass, look up at the sky.
What brought you here?
And the space between my eyeball and that sun. And they talk. And I see a cloud go by that turns into a horse. And it's here I feel free. I feel free and relief.
Aquarius.
It's here where I move towards things and choices and begin to make choices very consciously, not constipatingly so, consciously. That forms like that Three of Cups or the Three of Swords. What helps? What hurts? What helps the hurts? And what hurts the helps? And I sit here and breathe as I'm on the other side of the mountain, perhaps well beyond my peak of typical age, or when my career, where I was at the top of it, or my graduating essence was there. And the horse runs away from the gossip of a cat. Chatty, catty, cattiness, even within myself first. I release this. I free myself from it. And I appreciate where I am now as I look up at the sun and realize it's turning. The day is turning into night and the cycles and change. And as the sunshine fades, I'm fully supported and grounded by the earth beneath me, the air that I breathe, the thoughts that I think. This is where I'm truly nourished and transform and fly
Bright.
to what feels well for me. Pile 1, I hope this made sense somewhere along the lines. I want to thank you. If you haven't already, like, shared, subscribed. All the links are below to help a gal grow. And I will see you if you chose another card. I'll see you on the flip side. Bye. Card 2. Did I say pile? Anyway, card 2. Bottom of the deck. If you want to come on in, we shall do your reveal. If any of the images stand out and speak to you, or you're continuing on here from a different number, a different place in the cards, I'll leave that there. And I'm just going to grab the dream card meaning. We'll take a look at that in a second. All right. If anything's standing out to you, you know the drill as well. Please feel well to comment below what you see, sense, or feel.
You shouldn't be here.
Okay, so somebody here might also have like carpal tunnel. This is kind of like a side note. It's just popping through carpal tunnel or something along that line. This feels like I'm aging gracefully. This feels as though I am in connections that last a lifetime. Soul connections as well. Compatibility is coming through. Memories.
Can you repeat?
Memories. Okay. I'm noticing the flock up there. And when they fly in that V formation. So I obviously don't know like the full out scientific or any sort of reason why they do that, but the little bit that I think I might know, or at least intuitively tune in, is they all take, it's like for some sort of wind resistance, and they all take turns being the lead. And I feel like over time, maybe this is your relationship, maybe this is at your job, maybe this is the relationship you have within yourself. You will grow old together within the self. You're going, that feeling of aging gracefully, growing mature, becoming mature. And not to say that you're not mature now, whatever age you might be at, pile 2 or card 2. I feel like it's here. It's
pathetic.
This is the moment. And hopefully you don't look back or look around you and just, be very hard on yourself of any sort of like there was like the ghost box said, like, oh, this is pathetic, or oh, this, bottom of the deck is pathetic. Sometimes it's those inspirations of like, because I'm seeing here being pushed away and being on a corner waiting for something.
Libra.
Am I waiting for someone to see me as valuable or see my worth without even knowing me? But how do I exude my worth? How do I stand in my space of self? What does maturity look like to you? What does maturity feel like to you? And how do you want that to manifest? How can you be the change maker in what maturity is? I hope this is making sense to someone somewhere. I feel like these cards are very deep messages, and probably because I'm scrying right off the hop from these, but For some, there's also somebody who has a loved one that has passed, a partner quite specifically, and you recall the memories so fondly, the good, bad, and the ugly, the ups and downs of life, the different times of taking the lead. Taking the lead. You might even have children with each other.
Who?
And now you might be at a space where you just feel like you're standing there by yourself at the bus stop or wherever. You're like, I'm not sure who I am without this person. It makes me want to cry. Not gonna lie. It makes me. So this card is 57. If that number means anything to you, it's related to the ego. And the card is relating. The couple embraces merging energies, bonding, projecting, and sharing. Relationship is growing separately together. We relate to be related. We bond with another to bond with ourselves. I seek in you what is hard to find within me. In loving you, I know I exist. Yes, I project, wanting things not realizable, and hurting my acceptance of you as you are. My commitment is to the relationship, to you, and to my integrating what is evoked in our relating. I seek not to praise or blame you, but to affirm your being as I affirm my own. Ours is a loving bond, both within and without, and I accept the challenge to love. Commit to integration. Ask yourself each day, what new thing evoked in relationship have I integrated? Now, this could be romantic, platonic, those moved on, and that's a lot of that reflecting is kind of in that air of it. Actually, I'll put that underneath there because it's there we go. How do I see myself in that mature way? It's really quite beautiful. Relationship is growing separately together. We relate to be related to. So what are we relating to? Who are we relating to? What concepts, right? What ideas? The grace, the gratitude, the grandeur, the hermit. Yeah, this feels very inner reflective. And dare I say, mature. Where do you want to go in life? What college courses do you want to take? Or what job do you want to take? What phone call do you want to make? You know, who, what, where, when, or why? We also have here the moon stepping forward. Sorry if this is, I feel like my camera's all skewed today, but we're just going to leave it. 8 of Swords. One more for poker hand. And the Knight of Cups. You know the drill. If these mean anything to you, please see, sense, and feel for yourself first versus listening to my yammerings. I feel very blue.
Neil.
Blue moon. Na, 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 na. But this isn't like necessarily a sad moon. For some it might just be a space you're feeling a little blue, a little melancholy, working through griefs, reflections of those that you have loved so dearly and spent so much time, or very integrated. Like it might be short time. Maybe you were married for a few years, or you lived together, they're your friend, or this, that, or the other. But it was integrated well. It was interconnected, interdependency, where you're still individuals amongst the dimensions of being together as friends, especially with that 2 of Pentacles. And now I think to myself, higher and higher. It's like I love you to the moon and back, but I don't know how to get to the moon. So I'm going to draw down the moon to my friend, to my partner, to my confidant. Here and now, I want to be very, very appreciative of this. I feel like I'm very, very aware of it. It's not that I'm not taking something for granted. Or maybe I have. And I'm moving through that to say, wow, I don't want to take for granted this person this gesture, this resonance relationship of how we relate. And also acknowledging, especially with this Eight of Swords here that's stepping forward as well, for some you could even be breaking out of your own mansion of the mind. Perfect word, thank you. Okay, so the two rabbit holes that are coming forward are like being an earth angel. So there's this sadness around me again, or melancholy. It's not so much like an acute state, but it just feels like this air of, the human experience is very cagey. It's very dense and it's heavy to be here. And, whatever things might in that concept of that realm, if you're aligning in about here, it's like the earth experience hurts. And I feel like I'm starting to open up to I'm going to say realizing, or that's the part I'm relating to. And while I'm relating to that, I might be missing out on the softness of the grass, the beautiful art that people make, whether it's in a t-shirt, a sweater, slippers, cars, colors, houses, painting the town red in visits and gathering, having a good time, connecting, relating. And I'm again coming into that place of being very grateful, because it's those things, the healing, the humor of it all is very helpful to not feel the heavy. It's just density. It's density. For others, very much so in this moment, in somebody's had a partner pass, and while grief never goes away, the gift of remembering that grief, of how much you love them. And while my love does not, this is the way I'm going to say it, and hopefully it's kind enough if you, thank you.
Lord.
The amount of suffering in my grief, or for the length of time as a measurement, does not equal or reveal the depths of my love, my respect of the relationship or resonance we had together. It's like a natural thing. It's almost like the clock doesn't count here. Something about like what's societally respected. And while that might be a condition that you might, respect and respond to, it still doesn't define the gift of grief. And I know that for many, using the term the gift of grief can seem inappropriate, but I really mean it in the space of you wouldn't be grieving if the person, place, or thing wasn't a gift. Makes me want to cry. So with the Knight of Cups here, in whatever context this is in, it's the imagery on the card. The heart, the lotus, the beauty, the bounty. I love you to the moon and back. Dance upon the earth. Dance upon the buildings that we build. It is all art in one way, shape, or form. You might be going to museums or wherever you like, and it's almost like that in that space where you might meet other people. Whether it's in the heart space of transformation, what it is that gets you warm in the heart. What makes you feel well as you lay upon a bench, your bed.
Libra.
And you place your own hand on your heart, almost like you're applying your own Reiki. Your own medicine, the universal life force flowing through you and with you. And you can lay back and allow all the other butterflies to come to you, indicating some sort of spirit, some sort of wish, some sort of want, some sort of desire. And they are there to inspire you, how all the different markings on their wings are different. And they sparkle. For some, there is like a butterfly or a moth or some sort of flying little creature that comes around you to let you know they are somebody, but I don't know if you know who they are. but you know the butterfly, or you know the moth, or you know the little flying dragonfly. You know that symbol. And so you apply like your own universal life energy session because it's important. It's important to the self-care. It's important in the relating and the relatability to my own resonance, to nourish that. And knowing that I'm not stuck in a cycle of healing constantly. It's almost as if the very human experience is the healing experience. It just is in its entirety. That's how it's feeling. I'm not saying that's a truth or a fact or anything like that, but you guys are wise enough here. You know how to move through or release.
Please stop.
Yeah. I gotta stop apologizing. And then I can remember to stop and smell the roses. Enjoy the scent of not only a flower, but somebody's perfume or cologne or natural scent of their aura. And allow the wind to carry my dust, ashes and ashes and dust to dust of things that weigh me down, and help free me to feel again, perhaps in some way, shape, or form. Closing out messages here for card 2. I want to thank you so much. If you haven't already, please do consider sharing, and subscribing. I'm so sorry. I feel like, again, these are just very deep messages today, and I'm so digging it.
Run away.
But I feel like I'm run away. I feel all oozy, and I feel a little holistic high. I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, sorry if you haven't already, please do share, and subscribe, and all the links are below to help the gal grow. Okay, let's get your closing out messages here. We have Peacock, pregnancy, wealth, teeth, control, and change, and the ship, directions, journey. There's a change. Life is but a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again. Shaboom, and hope we'll meet again. Oh, shaboom. Da-da, 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 da. Let us not try to control the feathers, what the feathers look like on a peacock or on a butterfly, the dragonfly, or on ourselves.
Look.
But to release the grit, the grasp. Where would you like to go? There's somebody in spirit that just floats around you so funnily. I don't know if they have a really good sense of humor, but they are so friggin' smiley. It's amazing. I really like the feeling of them there. They're so in awe of you, being in the earthly existence. They understand what you tried to control what you could, or even if they apologized for their choices and how they changed and transformed what seemingly seems without you. But they're wealthily still with you. I understand that somebody in that state may not want to, think that, but no, it's not likely. I didn't want them to go, or I wanted them to stay. They're sending a message quite specifically, if this is your scry story, that they will be there to pick you up. They will drive in, and they will be in a vehicle vessel. They are going to, when it's your time, when it's your time, I'm going to pick you up in style. For others that are going through the relationship of the self with others, what it is that you want, this highly introspective session to the moon and back of love.
I said no.
There's a story, a narrative that's being said within the self And I want to be freed from it. You are freeing yourself from it. It is the process of freeing yourself from it. It's in the heart, the high heart. Stop and smell the roses. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself. You are beautiful. Card 2, I'm going to leave this here because I feel like, again, I'm being lulled into your garden of transformation, this butterfly garden. And I feel like I could kind of stay here all day and have a little sleep.
Please
it's kind of
go.
nice, but then it would get out of here, get out of the garden, Steph. And that's fine. But it kind of feels like, you know, in like that one space where it's like you think you're here for a few minutes and before you know it, it's been a few hours. Like I could miss time. Maybe that's part of the brilliance in here. Card 2, pile 2. I'm going to let you go. Until next time, thank you so much for being you. And I will see you if you chose another card, or I will see you next time. Bye. Card 3, come on in. So mote it be. If you're ready for your reveal. Your dream card is the number 29, if that means anything to you. Sorry, the light. Everything's slightly,
What is that?
it's all just slightly askew today, and I'm just going to let it be. If anything's standing out to you, any images or symbols that are speaking to you, please follow that first. I'm actually going to grab the card, the dream card. I'm hearing that song, The Locomotion.
Thirst.
Na 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 na. Everybody's doing the brand new dance now. Thank you. Stay hydrated. Middle of the deck, pile 3, card 3. I'm going to take a moment to scry the card. Oh, my nose has been so itchy in these cards. It's been like a weird, energetic, ooey gooiness. All right. Oh, dude, got somebody pointing right at me. Oy vey. Interestingly enough.
How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel a little, it's unnecessary. That's how I feel. It's unnecessary. There's some barbed wire down here that I'm looking at. I don't know if that's like a power plant of something. Okay, so if you're the middle of the deck, I feel as though you can be very good at defending your boundaries. Good. Because I'm over here, I think it's a goat, maybe, or I'm going to call it a goat for now anyway. And there's like this, you know, like laundry floating in the wind. And I actually just thought of that the other day because it is winter here, so you don't necessarily have the opportunity to do that, but how soothing it is to have, you know, airing your carpets out, your area rugs outside, or having blankets and laundry out in the wind, how soothing it is to see the wind that way, right? Anyway, so this goat type creature is looking at, how I'm seeing it is like
Cemetery.
looking at this, going, easy, right? You might be noticing middle of the deck. Interestingly enough, because just as I had said that, like middle of the deck, it's like being middle management of some sort, you know, and it's like getting pressure from above and below. And there might be somebody around you that just doesn't necessarily appreciate your position, your ability to have really good boundaries. I feel like you're prepared. And when I say prepared, I mean prepared in the space where I'm prepared if, or maybe it's a preparedness, and applying that to whatever area, context that might be most meaningful to you. You know, preparedness. I don't know how else to say that. I also feel like some of you might be doing something to, okay, so it's like
Asylum.
Yeah, I am slowly going crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, switch. Crazy going slowly. Am I 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch. I'm preparing. I don't know. Maybe it's like I'm preparing my body to lift more weights, or I'm preparing my body through a fast, or a sugar detox, or I'm walking to the corner and back because I want to be prepared that I have the stamina, I have the cardiovascular capacity to. Because I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 5 to walk. I don't know. It's something along that lines. I am preparing. Okay, let's read the card here because I feel like I'm getting all, even like in this tidal wave, but I'm seeing this tidal wave as a tapestry, not as a scene of something. It's almost like, sorry, and I know I said I was going to read the card, but just a moment. It's like you don't get to see this where they're playing on the beach, these higher self waters. Now, maybe this is what you defend is your peace. Is that? Can we? Maybe that's defending of your peace. This is your place of peace. Like putting a blanket out on a grass picnic or on the beach. It's like, I am protecting this. You don't get to come in, whoever you is external to you. Whatever vibes, whatever threats, adversaries. And again, I come back to that go because it's kind of like, man, you don't listen. You don't listen. There also could be somebody here in the middle of the deck, card 3. Somebody that's just not good for you. They could be somebody in the past or a different version of who you were. Like they get out of prison or something like that. And they come to you because they want something. I don't know what it is. Okay. So adversity. If the card 29, number 29 also means something to you, destroying. The giant tidal wave comes crashing into shore, shattering, disintegrating, and evil. To destroy is to break apart the vital integrity and energy of a being or thing. At the heart of the universe, a great force for destruction resides, which some call evil. To destroy is to tear from life, to make ready for death. What we refuse to let go of will be taken from us. Go with the shattering. Do not close off. Bring choice to the matter. You have freedom in how you relate to what is happening. Your task is to sacrifice control and replace it with choice by staying present to what is happening. Interesting. So the goat is on the back here, and just because I kept being attracted to the goat eats the clothes off the line. What happens to us is reality. What happens to us in reality is neither good nor bad. Always allow part of your energy and income for loss. What an obscure dream card. But you know what? I get it. I get it. The letting go. The letting go. So I can lean into what I feel. See, I see this as like a pillowcase of peace. And there, the card is inspiring me to see it as running away from this tidal wave. Middle of the deck, if you're still with me here, and you know what, I'm sorry, not sorry. I feel like this is your space. At least how I'm feeling in the here and now. This destroying, this destruction on the other side of the coin of creation, construction. You understand this, which is why you're back from it. Maybe from the living it. Maybe you've done that in your own way, shape, or form in your own existences, and you have learned your lessons to not have to maybe learn some things again. Alice. 10 of Swords. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you're slightly outside of what could be seen as paradigms, programs. And I protect my peace for that. Okay, I'm going to keep going here. But of course, however you see, sense, or feel it is more important than the way I am. I also have here the King of Cups coming through. The Eight of Wands. See, this is probably the perfect story. It's just all weird today. It's fine. The way I feel it,
told me.
It's like I might see destruction around me. It's in your head, in your head. People are picking at your brain. They want your attention. They want your brain, your mind to focus on this. It's like I'm playing a video game that is uncomfortable for me. It wouldn't be my jam, but that's fine. But anyway, so I feel like you're slightly outside of all of this because you're looking, you understand what's in your brain, and this is how you feel. It's like, I need to decide how I feel about this because then it attaches my emotions to that. And you decide, as the way I'm seeing it, you're floating up and away, observing this from a whole different space. Now, for others of you in the rabbit hole that it's also coming through, because I don't want to be ignorant to the fact that some of you might be very much so stressed out. And you might have a lot of things happening that you are contending with that are very, very real and very, very raw. And you want to run. You want to rest. And you want it to stop. Makes me want to cry. So I understand and I feel that. The way I hear it is, please use your resources. Reach out for resources, people, places, or things. It's like buying a yellow car and then all you see is yellow cars everywhere. Start with one. One, reach out. And that will build momentum. Not because you need more and more strength, but right now you do need strength. And probably different kinds of it. Bottom of the deck is Six of Wands, if that means anything to you. But I want to know, leading your resources, even in the Tower, the adversity, the change, the shift, the toppling. Replace control with choice. Replace control with choice.
Sell.
How do I feel about something? Abracadabra. You might be surprised that wishes that want to come true will come true. And then you head off here to the side with the butterfly garden, which I believe also came up in I can't remember. It's all a big blur now. It's all a big blur. In a good way. It feels like a immense and intense introspective immersion pick a card session. Somebody might be a new widow. or somebody has passed around you that helped you feel like you always had the world as your playground, and they just nurtured something very specific about it. They just I don't know, they had a way about them to make you feel that you could conquer anything.
Not likely.
And while they're gone, that's not how you feel. You feel that that's a big missing part. And I feel like that was a little bit loud. I feel like I don't want to be seen right now. And I'm also not looking at things. I don't want to look directly at things. In this weaving of cards 33, I'm not directly looking at something because it is whatever it is. It's mad at me and I don't know why. It's angry, it's passion, it's in some ways, bear with me, parasitic. It's a parasite of power. For some of you, you might be feeling the presence with home in the sky and keys on the tree. Keep an eye out for messages from your aliens or angels. They are helping to navigate something. They are weaving with you. Change, purity of the gazelle. There is so much change here in pile 3, but if I'm being honest, I feel like it's been accumulative through the cards. Desire, attraction with the snake. Now the snake, usually gets a bad rap in some way, shape, or form as a warning, and that's cool. It's like the construction and deconstruction. There's something that somebody desired. I feel like it's power, wherever this power placement is, or it's projected at you, because they find you attractive. Something about you, your money, your aura, your clothes, your job. I don't know. It is what it is. Spiritually speaking, a whole other realm of energies and entities. And it's like you've been, in some way, shape, or form, wrestling with this parasitic power. They've tried to entangle you into believing something, wanting you to see things their way, see things as I'm hearing it for what it is. And it comes through with this gruff, get a 10 of swords, like it comes in my head. Feel this way, but I don't. I inevitably grab my key of remembering. Like, I have other aspects, other points of view to perceive this from as well. I need to do more research. I need more information, but it's like somebody's telling me you need to choose here now. No, you don't get to go out and do more looking and shopping. You buy this car now. This car. You're like, well, I'm going to do my research, or I'd like to look at other options. No, it's this car. It feels just very threatening. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it. Okay, and then we have here abundance and luck. And I feel like because in this entanglement of sorts, it's not an entanglement. It's a very... You yourself might be purifying the way you are, maybe in the way you work with like the law of attraction, or your desires are changing and shifting. And I feel like as you go through that internal process, tower to the basement to the tower, you're looking out from different windows, different perspectives of how to perceive things. for not only a new direction, but a direction that works and is wise for you. And while somebody might be projecting some sort of your existence or your way or whatever it is a threat, it's not. It's not. But they need to believe it does. They need to believe it does, because whatever placement, parasitic power, and I'm not trying to, lower it by saying it's parasitic, it's just how it feels, needs that to be felt to continue having this presentation. It's serving something else. I just can't see it. It's serving, even though it's like this one person is in front of me, or maybe it's an energy, an aura. I don't even know if it knows what it's serving, to be honest with you. At the core of the research, right? The core of the research. Nonetheless, I feel like I'm blabbering on here. I have abundance and luck with the fish. Land, air. Because this battle, this intertwining, so this parasite wrapped up, and then water. And we've had it up here again, earth or air. Okay, I'm getting too ridiculous. You're purifying any parasites around you, people, places, things, internally first. Your immune system raises up, and then it changes around you over time, slowly. Because we can't brute force that, right? Project it back out to somebody else who feels that that's threatening. It just slowly kind of dissipates in time. And it feels all very lucky and abundant. But you might sometimes just keep your eyes, this is how it feels. It's because of your aura, your abundance, and your just the attractiveness of who you are. It's sometimes you might dress down, or it's like famous people, and they put the baseball cap on, that's somehow hides them from everything and everyone. But it's a tool, right? It's a tool just to kind of go incognito and say, just want to do my thing. And you have your small circles, your sacred spaces to interact, to coalesce, converse, gain new perspectives, support. And that feels very, very well. Very, very well. Card 3, pile 3, middle of the deck. The pressure. It's being a criminal, going to prison, and then coming out and being a guidance counselor for others that you have knowledge of and experience of being on the same path, the right path, the wrong path, the signs. I'm going to leave it here. I can't help but notice, so I'm going to say, this last card that keeps popping through, it says new directions. And it's one of those dandelions, where you would make a wish. Abracadabra. Make your wish, because what you want wants you. May it be of the highest caliber. Until next time, thank you so much. I'm going to let it be.